Chicago, like most big cities, has its fair share of unsolved crime. And in most of these cases, somebody saw or heard something. It could be a suspicious person, a car driving away from the scene, or simply overhearing somebody talking about the case. With your help, we can put these criminals behind bars where they belong. Here in Chicago, we have too many unsolved murders. We need your help. In these cases, the police department is only as strong as the citizens that get involved. Oftentimes, all the detectives need is a tip, a start. Somebody to call in and say, I saw something. Any little information that you know can be the impetus to solve the entire case. On tonight's episode, we'll be taking a look at the missing persons case of 24-year-old Jerrica loss. In the evening hours of August 16th, 2015, Jerrica was seen walking alone in her neighborhood of Park Forest. Unfortunately, that was the last time she was seen or heard from. Here's her story.
Jerrica came home when she was 2 years old. Jerrica loved to sing, and she used to sing the Barney song and rock on the couch.
Jerrica is funny, very sweet, very humble. The nicest person you'll ever meet. She's the total opposite of the other 5 of us. Has the smile that'll brighten up your day.
Jerrica and her siblings are very, very close. They talk all the time.
I can talk to her about anything, go to her room all the time, and we'll sit down and talk, watch TV together, laugh. We was just close.
I wear my emotions on my sleeves, and she's always right there to be. Serena, don't do this. Serena, calm down. Or if I'm going through something and I may not say it, she's the first one to know. Jerrica, I always know when something is wrong with me. She's my peace of mind.
We'll talk about how our days went. We'll talk about, my feelings, because I don't really let my feelings out a lot, so she'll help me with that. Talk to her about how I feel about guys and my friends, or we'll just say things that make us laugh.
We go on family vacations each year, so they have conversations about growing up in the house with me. And she can mimic me and my grandmother. Jerrica can mimic us really well.
Her sense of humor is out of this world. I mean, our grandmother has lived with us our whole lives, and Jerrica is the one that can imitate my grandmother like no one else can. She can tell a story and use my grandmother's voice like it's her. We just died laughing. She's just the life of the party.
Jerrica was an excellent student in school. She was in special education because she has a learning disability. However, she still did well in school. She went to NIU for 1 year and worked the rest of the time, of course. Recently, she wasn't employed, but she was looking for work.
I know that she was involved in the church youth. So she'll go to one of her friends' church and volunteer a lot. She likes to walk around and look for things she can volunteer for, or she'll, volunteer with her friends, with other places, look for jobs and stuff, volunteer places.
I've been there for everything that Jerrica's been through. There hasn't been an occasion where she's done something that I haven't been there. She's just a joy.
On August 18th, 2015, Chantanelle Laws came to the Park Forest Police Department and reported her sister, Jerrica Laws, was missing. I met her the following day. Myself and a sergeant went to her house, spoke with her. We went through some of Jerrica's belongings, trying to ascertain where she might be, and the investigation started from there.
been in an accident? Have you been the victim of discrimination or had your rights violated? Have you been injured? If so, the lawyers at Hale Law would love to talk to you. We offer a free consultation. Call me, Andy Hale, 312-870-6926. 312-870-6926. I look forward to talking with you about your case.
On August 18th, 2015, Chantanelle Laws came to the Park Forest Police Department and reported her sister, Jerrica Laws, was missing.
My 25th high school reunion was the weekend of her disappearance, and she was cooking. She said, "Oh, Mom, I hope you have a good time." I came back from the picnic. She was going for her normal walk. Jerrica walked for exercise in my neighborhood.
Well, I was sleeping, so I don't really know when she left out the house. I just know I woke up about 12. I checked her room, and I'm like, she not in there. So I'm like, okay, maybe she went out with a friend. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait until she get home. So, you know, I'm looking out the window, and she's still not there. So I'm like, okay, she probably spent the night over her friend's house. So, you know, I'm just wait till the next day. Next day, she still didn't come, and I'm like, wow, where is she?
The next day, I went to work that morning, and I never really check her room because she always comes in. And if she's going somewhere and it's going to be out late, Jerrica will let me know. But dishes were in the sink. And I should have known that something was wrong because she washed the dishes at night, never leave a dish in the sink. But I went to work like normal and started calling her after I got in and texting and didn't get a response.
I was at home preparing to come up here for school, and she FaceTimed me as she normally would, but I was so busy trying to get everything together. I said, I'm gonna FaceTime you back. And I never did. I said, I'll call her back. I'll just go see her Monday, as I normally, you know, I'm coming up there, I'm gonna go see them. And I didn't come to see them Monday because I was so busy. When I came Tuesday, my other little sister, Shania, was there. And I said, where's Jerrica? And she said, she's not here.
So, you know, I'm starting to get worried, and my mom, she came in the room, and she was like, you know what Jerrica is? I'm like, no. I was like, I didn't even see her when she went out. And that's, you know, we walked together.
And then my mom called, and she said, was Jerrica here when you got here yesterday? I said, I didn't come yesterday, I came today, but she wasn't there. She said, I'm gonna call the police because something's not right. The dishes are still in the sink, and her purse is still on the bed. And I peeked in the room, but didn't pay attention really to anything. I just peeked in and seen she wasn't in there.
That's what alarmed me because Jerrica always carried big purses everywhere. And her purse, her ID, everything was left home with the exception of her cell phone.
That's just not like her. She is so out of her character. That purse, she always has that purse. Always.
I went to the police station after that. You know, her being 24, he said if she doesn't want to come home, she doesn't have to. And I just kept telling him, you don't understand, she would want to come home. And then, of course, they asked the standard questions. Was there any history of domestic violence? Does she have a boyfriend? And he just told me he'll take the report and put her in a database. And I went back that night to let him know she still had not returned home. And I went back the next day. And that's when they came to my house.
Myself and a sergeant went to her house, spoke with her. We went through some of Jerrica's belongings, trying to ascertain where she might be.
We was just, you know, looking, trying to find like certain things that we can like find her, asking friends, did they see her? Like the last person she saw was her friend.
They went out and had dinner at Chipotle in Madison, Illinois. They stopped at another high school friend's house that was literally just a block away from her house. She said that she had to be back by a certain time, which was close to 7 o'clock at night, because she had to go meet with someone. Her friend took her back home. She told her family member that she was going for a walk. She left, and that's the last time anyone has seen or heard from Jerrica Laws.
Hi, I'm Lisette Guillen from Case Files Chicago, and we like to feature your case on our show. If you know of an unsolved homicide from the Chicago area, our team wants to help you close that case. Please visit our website at www.casefileschicago.com. While you're there, you can also view our database of unsolved murders that needs your assistance. Only by working together can we help solve these crimes and help heal our city. Thank you, Chicago, and stay safe.
On August 18th, 2015, Chantanelle Laws came to the Park Forest Police Department and reported her sister was missing. She's not a person to just leave without telling anyone. Her sister last saw her actually on August 16th. She noticed that no one had seen her, but they gave her a little extra time to see if she'd come around, and the next day is when they figured something was wrong, and they came and made the police report.
I always been her protector. I guess I'm just waiting for her to call and say, Serena, I'm here, or anything, you know? And I'm not getting it. Maybe I should have called or called her back, told her I was coming to see her, instead of trying to just pop up. Maybe she would have stayed in that day, you know?
She was kind of a list person, so she had a couple of bulletin boards set up with goals that she had on what she wanted to do and where she wanted to be. The room was pretty orderly. There was nothing out of the ordinary when we were looking in her property.
She kept a journal, a couple of journals, and she had her book for her scriptures that she used to write. So they took some of the pages and then took her journal book and her scripture book, and they took her toothbrush and they took Jerrica's hairbrush so they can process DNA.
We searched for like social media. She had actually recently closed her social media account, so she didn't really have any ties on there. We did go through her computer, her emails, but there was nothing electronically that kind of pointed us in a direction on where she might have gone.
They did a search with the dogs. They did a search with the drone and door-to-door search in our neighborhood.
They did know Jerrica. They knew her because she'd lived there her whole life. They knew her when she used to walk around when she was a kid, and now they knew her now as an adult walking around. So everyone in the area knew who she was, and they were very cooperative with us. Unfortunately, though, nobody could tell us where she went.
We passed out flyers. We had like this little candlelight vigil for her at the park.
We've called friends, we've Facebook, we've checked abandoned houses.
There is a path that goes right behind her house. It's called the Old Plain Trail. It's over a 20-mile trail that goes from Park Forest out into Frankfort. So because of that, we started doing ground searches. We did ourselves a ground search. We utilized a system, it's the Illinois Law Enforcement Alert System, which is also kind of called ILEAS. We asked 20 members of their agency to come out, and they did a ground search for us. We utilized canine searches, air searches. We had the Chicago Cook County helicopter up looking for her as well.
My job, ComEd, did 2 searches actually for me, and where we had volunteers from work to come out and pass out flyers and look along the bike path and businesses and roads to see if there was any signs of her.
Because we were told by Malcolm that the last place they went was Chipotle before she was dropped out at home, we worked with Chipotle. We ended up getting their surveillance video. It shows her on camera at about 6:03 p.m. Ordering her food, and that's the last time that we have her on any kind of camera.
It's hard to even see a picture or talk about her. Just not knowing where she is. It's rough.
It's terrifying. It's exhausting. I really want to find her,
Have you been in an accident? Have you been the victim of discrimination or had your rights violated? Have you been injured? If so, the lawyers at Hale Law would love to talk to you. We offer a free consultation. Call me, Andy Hale, 312-870-6926. 312-870-6926. I look forward to talking with you about your case.
On August 18th, 2015, Chantanelle Laws came to the Park Forest Police Department and reported her sister was missing. We started by talking with the family, trying to get a list of friends, relatives that we could talk to that she might have gone to right off the bat to eliminate those possibilities. We obviously looked for surveillance cameras in the area, but it was right in the middle of a neighborhood, so we didn't locate very many cameras, and the ones that we did find didn't have her on them. The searches that we did do, though, we did search the entire trail, the Park Forest area and the neighboring towns area. We also searched all the vacant properties, all the vacant houses. We searched just about every area around that neighborhood that we could find.
I always say you see this stuff happen, and you never think it will happen to you. And now here I am in somebody else's seat that was here before. As much as I don't want to talk about Jerrica, don't want to look at a picture, I gotta keep going and I gotta keep her story out there until I know something, until she comes home. I have to do it for her, because if it was me, Jerrica would be sitting here doing it for me. So I have to.
It's just sad. I don't like crying. I don't like doing that, but I don't know what else to do. It's kind of sad me waking up and she's not in the room. I really just want her to come home. I don't know what else to do.
There's no closure. And I feel that somebody had to have seen something, because a person just does not disappear. I can't wrap my head around that at all.
There were a lot of searches that were conducted, and then the weeks and even months after, we had more ground searches that were organized a lot by ComEd, because Chantanelle works for ComEd, and they kind of spearheaded a couple things for us as well. There were a lot of searches done, a lot of things done. There was no stone left unturned when it came to the searching for her.
The police department did everything initially that they could do. They did searches. They came out when we conducted our searches. They did searches with the dogs to see if they could get a scent. They went through the bike path as well. They did door to door. The drones, they had them up in the air in helicopter searches. I'm confident that they did what they could initially, but I feel that because it's been a long time, that they've exhausted all measures. But as a parent, you want them to do more because it's your child,
It's been very hard. I spent 3 months alone just on this case when it first came in. There were a lot of things that were done that are even behind the scenes that the family's not aware of and that we worked on. So it's been very hard, just not knowing in the end. We did a lot with the case, a lot with the family, and we still just don't really have any answers for the family to say, what might have happened to her. And obviously the case is not going to be closed. We continue to ask the public and ask the community for help. Any kind of tips or leads that we do get, we obviously follow up on anything that we have. And until she's found, we're going to keep looking for her.
If anybody know anything about Jerrica, just say it. I mean, you don't have to say your name. I have to say anything. I just think we so closed and not sharing things. We scared, and so it only take one person. It could be the littlest thing that opens up a can of something. We have nothing. And for her to disappear in the middle of the day and nobody saying nothing, think about if this was your family.
I try to keep going, keep living, but it's really hard to live when you have a child missing. It really is.
The investigation into Jerrica Laws is still active. We're asking for any help that we can get from the public, the community, to go ahead and give us any kind of tips or leads that we can follow up on that can hopefully point us in a direction to where we can finally tell the family what happened to Jerrica Laws. If anybody has any information regarding the disappearance of Jerrica Laws, they can contact the Park Forest Police Department at 708-748-1309. You can ask for me, Detective Marash, or any other detective that is working to give the information.
I just need her to come home. I need my peace of mind back. I need to see her smile. I need to hear her voice. I just need her to come home. That's it.
We want her home. Why would you strip her away from her family, from the people who love her? That doesn't make sense to me. Just let her go and let her come home.
The cases featured on tonight's episode remain unsolved, and we need your help. If you have any information on tonight's episode or any of the cases featured on the show, please give the detectives a call. We need our communities to come together so we can take back our streets and make our neighborhoods safe again.